This is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth. Meet the new boss, folks, same as the old boss. We called it here at PFT. Just before the election, we put out a video called Trump's Phony Populism, where we outlined how Donald Trump was the right versions of Obama. He said all of the right things at all of the right times, and he was hated by his very own party, and he managed to climb the ranks to the very top. The response to that video was a little bit mixed. I got a lot of unsubscribers from that one, but I have a feeling a lot of those people may be coming back if they aren't already, because a lot of the predictions we've been making are now coming completely true. Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, is an inside job. How on earth can you come to those conclusions? Well, let's first start with the Clintons. During the debates, Trump famously said that if he became president, he would put Hillary Clinton in jail. But immediately after winning president-elect during his victory speech, he said the following.
Hillary has worked very long and very hard over a long period of time, and we owe her a major debt of gratitude for her service to our country. I mean that very sincerely.
In a 60-minute interview, Trump went on to say he may need to hire a special prosecutor to look into Hillary's corruption. But that rhetoric has died down and the flames are no longer being fanned. He ended up saying, I'm going to think about it. And Trump's backpedaling doesn't stop there. Despite VP Mike Pence's saying that they're going to tackle Obamacare right out of the gate, Donald Trump is now on record saying that he favors keeping some of the health care laws. Trump said he'd like to keep the parts of the Obamacare that force insurers to cover people with pre-existing conditions, and another one that allows parents to cover children under their plan until the children are well into their 20s. I like those very much, Trump said. And of course, this propaganda about repealing Obamacare has really only caused more people to sign up. The New York Times reports that in the week after the election, more than 100,000 Americans have signed up under Obamacare. This is the biggest turnout that we've seen this year. So it looks like Trump was able to accomplish what Obama couldn't just by threatening to take it away. Of course, Trump is not calling for a free market either. He is criticizing high drug prices right now, like as if the president could manually lower these prices without consequences. He also wants to modernize Medicare instead of just completely phasing it out. If you can look past the Obamacare thing and even the Clintons, then good for you, but don't continue to push this Trump is a populist fighting the New World Order, especially now that he's appointing CFR members to his cabinet. Not only are Republican establishment politicians like Mitt Romney now changing their tunes with the hopes of getting a spot in the Trump administration, but Trump is on a hiring spree for the very same people that he claimed to be fighting against. These are the people who bankrolled Hillary Clinton. The people who have been running that country for decades with these squeaky clean politicians who are trying to sell you dog shit and call it pudding. Trump has met with Henry Kissinger, and no, he did not place him under arrest as any sane person would try to do. And he's also met with the current head of the CFR, Richard Haass. Trump's official foreign policy team now consists of neoconservatives, people like Joseph E. Schmitz. He's the former executive of Blackwater, and just an all-around bad guy. John Bolton's name is now being floated around as well as a possible Secretary of State. And Trump's pick for Attorney General, Republican Senator Jeff Sessions, once said, "Good people don't smoke marijuana," and that he once liked the KKK until he found out that they smoked cannabis. And Trump's economic advisors don't look any better either. A real populist would have a team devoid of hedge fund managers and bankers and Wall Street insiders. After all, these were the people who were bankrolling Hillary Clinton, and Trump rode on this campaign about ridding the system of these very types of people. But then, of course, there's Steve Mnuchin. He is Trump's national finance chairman, and he's also a major economic advisor. And he was an investment professional of Soros Management Fund, and he spent 17 years with Goldman Sachs. So, not exactly an outsider. Another economic advisor is the infamous John Paulson. He's the hedge fund manager behind the defunct Bear Stearns that profited off of the housing crisis that they themselves helped to create. And this billionaire is also a member of the CFR. There's also Wilbur Ross. He's the billionaire who spent 25 years running Rothschild Inc.'s bankruptcy practice. And we can't forget about Stephen Bannon. He's a former investment banker at Goldman Sachs. Is this what makes America great again? Bankers and Rothschild connections? And not to mention, guys, Obama has already created all of the necessary legislation to allow Trump to do whatever he wants in regards to spying, warrantless arrests without the due process of law, killing American citizens with drone strikes. All these policies that really just transferred from Bush to Obama, and now from Obama to Trump. So I'm here today to tell you folks, Trump was the selection all along. Both sides are completely bought and paid for. The Republicans really needed somebody like Donald Trump in order to keep the vote away from third parties. Or even worse, have the American public not even show up to the polls at all. But when voter turnout is less than 10%, that's when we've actually won. That's when we've discredited and delegitimized this entire system. But until then, this thing is far from over, folks. But one thing is for sure, the bankers are still in control. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out one of our previous videos on this topic and join us as a PFT patron. We need your support to be able to continue to do this work. And stay tuned, folks. We're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth.